Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Since we've had a fantastic day as XRP holders, despite it being a rather bloody day broadly in crypto markets, I thought I'd highlight a bit more perspective from a couple XRP analysts out here, including one, post is on your screen right now, who says it's XRP season. I think that pretty well sums up where we're at in this cycle. Now, of course, I've been saying recently, and this is true, I don't know for sure if we're at the literal bottom if you're talking about XRP against Bitcoin. But even if, and we might be, I think there's a reasonable argument to be made, like we bottomed. In fact, I'll show you what this analyst says. He's like, yeah, it looks like we pretty well bottomed. But I'm just going to tell you this, even if not, there will be a bottom. The asset class moves in tandem. It doesn't matter. That's my conviction. So we'll talk about this. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, damn it, and just for fun. So here we are, XRP season. And it's funny because in light of the fact that I made a video where I was highlighting and destroying the bogus narrative about Ripple secretly hiring, operatives in the XRP community, including YouTubers, to say good things about XRP or whatever the deal might be. There are always people that make this claim, and somebody responded to him. I don't know who this guy is, but he wrote either, because again, this is chart analyst cryptos. He said XRP season. And it's like, we're in an environment. It's fun. When there's an exciting day, I share stuff that's exciting and exuberant. Have fun with the damn market. But here we get crap like this because it's the internet. And this guy said either engagement farming or paid by Ripple. Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus. Like, what would that even do? Like, what would this do? There's so many people talking positively about XRP because the community's full of literally millions of people. They're paying cryptos here to do that because reasons. What does that even do for Ripple? In fact, and also if you're talking about anything where they'd be promoting Ripple specifically, which you'd think if anything would be the smart move from a brand perspective, like wouldn't that be their point? Even that, anything Ripple's doing with XRP historically, share all the good news in the world that hasn't helped the price of XRP. What actually moves the price of XRP is Bitcoin. It's the entire crypto asset class moving in tandem. It just is. And yes, an immature asset class, it is true that I think those coins with utility will be the ones that stand out and have long-term viability. And it is true that even though the asset class moves in tandem, those coins that people believe are most useful end up more likely to be towards the top. That's why XRP has always been the top 10 coins by market cap. But still, broadly speaking, Ripple announces some good news. No, it doesn't matter. And so you could feed secret operative info, which isn't happening, and it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do a damn thing here. So I just think it's funny. And so Cryptos has a sense of humor, and he wrote to the guy and said, Brad and I go way back. Yeah. It's just the most ridiculous stuff here. Anyway, let's focus on the fun stuff, though, for the rest of the video. We got some good stuff here. Here's some perspective from chart analyst Cryptos to set this up. This post was from April 25th, and what we've seen to this point is what he was calling for, which is why it's interesting. So the chart on your screen is just an XRP USD chart, going up to April 25th. And he was noting that there is a good chance, if the market goes down, you'd see XRP price move back down right here, where I'm circling on the screen, perhaps as low as closer to 46 cents. And we didn't get quite that low, but he was saying after that, it would, kind of bottom out of there. And so here's what he wrote on April 25th. I think the XRP bottom is in. However, if we do see market sell-off next week, which is now, folks, if we do see market sell-off next week, I think we should see more of a double bottom formation before we flip bullish for good, XRP. And so look at that chart, April 25th. Now here's the update to where we are now. And he posted it in the morning here, but still. Look at this beauty. That's what he says. XRP playing out as expected. And indeed, the whole market did go down. And this is what he's been calling for. So let's see if the rest of what he called on April 25th comes to pass. That would be fantastic. I'm ready for this thing to go. My bags have been packed for years, though. So, but yeah, move to the upside. In short order, getting above 60 cents, in fact. Now, he was asked on April 25th, mind you, and we've got the benefit of hindsight. We know that there was a market-wide pullback, and there has been in particular over the last couple days. But somebody named Eric wrote to him and said, "Why next week sell-off, bro?" And Cryptos shared that perspective. He linked to something already explaining it from April 24th, and he wrote, "Total crypto market cap rejecting at resistance as I mentioned. If we are unable to close back above resistance by Sunday, I will be expecting one final market move to the downside that will send us retesting the weekly 21 MA and significant weekly support around the $2 trillion level." And folks, that's kind of what we've seen. For the entire crypto asset class, it did get fairly close to, I mean, maybe it was over 2.1 trillion still, but, you know, considering that the other day, it seems like we were at, what, 2.7, 2.8 trillion, something like recently, we were somewhere up there anyway. That's a bit of a pullback. And so he was just warning, well, and so that did come to pass. So what about now? Well, in the morning, he posted this. He said, XRP weekly candle will close green. So he's very optimistic. We got the rest of the week to go, but he believes, yep, this is it. This is, now mind you, this has been his conviction for a long time. In fact, he was just, like I just showed you, on the 25th of April, he was talking about this. It's now May 1st as I record this. So it's unfolded in the way that he was expecting it to based on what he saw in the charts. And he's calling it now. So we'll see if he's right. I mean, put his neck out there. I respect it. XRP weekly candle will close green. And then in this post, he said, and this is from this morning, he said, buy XRP before weekly close above 60 cents. So mind you, we got as low as 48 cents this morning. And he's saying by the end of the week, he's expecting us to close above 60 cents. Now, I don't look, I'm not a chart guy. I don't make predictions. I like to share what multiple analysts are talking about on this channel. I think that's useful. It's great to go if you know you got your, you know, one of your I'm sure a lot of you have a favorite chart guy you go to, and that's all well and good. But I think that there's utility in treating every single chart analyst out there, the reputable ones, which is subjective, treat each one of them as a data point, clump them together, and see where there's overlap in opinion. That is interesting, and so I do that on this channel quite a bit. And it's just interesting that all sorts of analysts are noting, guys, it looks like, whether it's literally this or not, it looks like we're pretty much here. Everyone under the sun that I consider to be reputable is speaking along these lines. Here you have a post from Documenting Ripple on social media platform X. He wrote, XRP massive bounce. A bottom on the XRP BTC has historically been a sign that XRP is moments away from a massive breakout against the rest of the crypto market. Every other time this has happened, XRP has pumped at least 1,000%. Get ready, things are about to get crazy. And this is true. This is just based on data. It doesn't mean we know for sure what's going to happen, but my God, don't you think, like, humans having the same DNA that they have, don't you think that maybe it's going to be something kind of in the ballpark of face melts, you know, something like that, at least? I would hazard a guess, and that would be yes. That would be my guess, especially when you factor in, like, think about this, the moment in time that we're in right now, all of these metrics that I've been talking about, and including XRP dominance, it all looks like what you'd expect it to be before XRP goes crazy, right? And then on top of that, we know that the market values XRP because it's one of only 3 cryptos in existence that has always been in the top 10 coins by market cap. And in the case of XRP, that's despite the SEC attack for multiple years. It stayed there. So we know the market values it. What happens when we're in a bull market and all of these metrics are hit yet again? That's why, for me, I have a very difficult time believing that we won't see some serious face melt action. If we're going to see an actual, legit, full-blown alt season, my conviction, my bet, is that XRP absolutely will be a part of that. Here's a post from chart analyst eGreg Crypto. XRP BTC YOLO band. And you'll really need to look at the chart on the screen if you want to take this in sufficiently here. But he's noting, so he's got the XRP BTC chart, and he's got this blue band towards the bottom. And if XRP priced against Bitcoin reaches that, well, that's the point where a lot of people would think, wow, that looks awful. It's too scary. I'm not going to buy it. It's just going to keep going down. And that's how humans tend to work. It's not particularly logical if you have data. You can see that doesn't make sense. It's just your emotions telling you it's dangerous to buy here, right? That's just how it works. Because stocks and crypto, those are the only things in existence where they go on sale, and when they go on sale and cost less, that's when nobody wants them. Okay. So that's what he's calling the YOLO band, that blue band towards the bottom there. And he says, I'm cautiously optimistic about the XRP BTC pair move unless we close above 0.00001. And I think he meant below, because it would be great to close higher than not. And then he says, back in 2017, we saw a bounce from the YOLO band first, followed by a 45% dip, which turned out to be a life-changing buying opportunity. Now, some newbies might ask, so XRP will drop 45%? And so I'll just pause to note here, and if you're looking on the screen, you can see what he's talking about here. And again, this is XRP priced against Bitcoin. So if you look when he had this major move right here, that would have been when XRP had a major run, and it was running up against the dollar also, of course. Went from about half a penny to something like 42 cents. Then it had this pullback, because XRP did have two major bursts for that market cycle. And it did last market cycle too. It had two major bursts. And so in 2017, it happened, I think, April, I want to say April of 2017. And then obviously the second one, December of 2017. That's why you saw the drop here. It didn't do it all in one go, right? Although the first in terms of percentage gains, the most opportunity was in the first burst. When you went from half a penny to 42 cents, roughly, that's a major move. That's not quite a 100-fold increase, but, you know, that's a big one. But then going from roughly 20 cents, you know, up to where it got close to $4, in terms of the multiplier, that's not nearly as much. But then when you look at the whole thing from half a penny to almost $4, that's where it gets ridiculous. And it was some stupid like 80,000% gain or whatever it was. But yeah, there's a pullback. And then for a lot of people, that represented opportunity. A lot of people capitalized on that. And then we did have that final blast off. And so he says again here, now some newbies might ask, so XRP will drop 45%? To them, I say, since you are new, let me explain. It means that Bitcoin might be pumping and making another all-time high, indicating that XRP/USD is still stable. And so that is obviously unquestionably true as well. Part of the factor is that after that big pump, XRP did lose value against the dollar, but it also lost value, a lot of value, against Bitcoin, because XRP, once it came back down, it traded sideways for half a year, and then Bitcoin kept going up. And so since Bitcoin kept going up and XRP was more or less stable for half a freaking year during the bull run, that's why it continued to go down against Bitcoin. That's what that was. It didn't mean there wasn't opportunity, though. And so that's why, as I always say, either you have exposure when these things happen or you do not. But to try and FOMO in when you see it start to move, you've probably missed a substantial portion. That's why it's just, I'm never going to play that game. Once something starts going, I don't FOMO and rush into stuff. I let it go. I position myself before the bull run, and then when it goes, you know, happy dance every time one of the coins I own, you know, starts rocketing. Great. But I'm not going to FOMO into stuff. But that's human nature. That's what most humans will do. Green candle, don't care what the coin is. The green candle, oh, it's XRP this time? Yeah. That's how humans behave. They'll just take my money. You know, it's one of those moments. That's what's going to happen here. And then he wraps up by saying, XRP Army, stay steady. The next 6 to 12 months could be a life-changing time. Well, eGreg Crypto, I'll tell you what, I'm counting on it. Now, I don't pretend to know exactly what the timeline will be, but I will not be surprised if it's within that time frame of 6 to 12 months. You know, I would not be surprised if the market tops off in 2024. Don't know for sure. Wouldn't surprise me in the least, though. I think there's a real good chance of that. So yeah, as far as the life-changing wealth that we've been waiting for, many of us years on end, I think it's super close. This is the closest we've ever been. We're just about there. We're almost at the finish line. All we got to do in the meantime is nothing. Can you handle that, though? I mean, I can. I'm really good at doing nothing. Then there was this post from Nick, Crypto Crusader. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I wanted to read the top part, which is relevant to XRP. And he said, so much frustration, hopelessness, and FUD has now infiltrated the timeline. He's talking about the timeline on X, of course. And he says XRP specifically has a lot of bearish sentiment surrounding it at a time where the Bitcoin pair and the dominance chart are ranging in an uptrend. Both of these charts have been historically oversold for a while. We are now witnessing the RSI creeping back up, and they both crossed the moving average already. So folks, again, whether this is the actual bottom or not, and some have conviction that it probably is, but even if it's not, there will be one. We will see a move to the upside unless this is actually the end of the market cycle, which I do not believe. I think we're going to... The most fun part, the grand finale, I believe that actually is ahead of us. We're going to find out together. And if that's the case, you better believe XRP is going to be a part of this. I'd be shocked if XRP, after moving in tandem with the market, broadly speaking, for its entire existence, is like, no, I'm going to sit this market cycle out for the first time ever with legal clarity. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't compute. And fine, if that happens, we will have that come to Jesus moment. We'll have that conversation where, wow, we probably got something wrong. Maybe we are just sitting here in an echo chamber, but I don't believe that is the case. You know, I tried to perceive of all, look, I don't want to lie to myself. I hold a bunch of XRP. If it's a bad idea, I don't want to do it. So I'm intellectually honest with myself, and I share with you my actual thoughts on this channel. And if I'm wrong, then I'm going to have to figure out what the hell I'm wrong about. But like, there are tons of us around the planet that, in a general sense, think, yeah, this is going to be worth way more in the future. We're not all crazy here. I don't believe. Now, if we're proving me wrong, yeah, we'll have that conversation. I just don't think it's likely to happen. Not remotely. So if XRP doesn't hit a new all-time high, if anything, I think it's more likely that there was a black swan event and everything fell apart. That I could buy. That's about it, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.